Okay, right. Hello and welcome. My name is Mr. Jeffrey. I'm going to be a head of year next year, and I'll be a very familiar face to you in the next few years. What I thought I'd do is just give you a little bit of information about myself, and then we'll follow on with a bit of information about school, and then you'll have a chance to find out a little bit about your tutor as well. So, a bit about me. Now, I'm a science teacher. I mainly teach really biology at GCSE, but I'll teach anything below GCSE. I might be lucky enough to teach some of you guys next year. Now, why do I love teaching science? Well, for me, it kind of explains so much in the world around us. It provides us answers for the most difficult questions. And I know that even if we don't find the answer, we can keep on trying and we keep on trying to find out. I love the investigation side of science. I love finding out answers. I like trying to look for evidence, look for patterns, and that's really why I love science. Hobbies and interests. So I am a Man United fan, and I'm straight away know that will divide opinion. I've got a family, half my family are Liverpool fans. I'm a United fan, which is going to be difficult for me when my daughter grows up, but I'll go through that in a minute. I do enjoy reading. I do love listening to music, and I'm really trying hard to get back into running, getting back into football myself. In terms of reading, I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings. I first watched the films when they first came out, which is going back a few years. But I absolutely love the books, and I quite regularly read them, and I absolutely love the world that was created by J.R.R. Tolkien. My favourite films, Star Wars at the moment. I'm trying to get through the entire series of Star Wars. At the moment, I'm on episode 2. So I'm hoping to get through those, really enjoy the whole universe involved there. And same with the Marvel films. It wasn't that long ago that I watched all the Marvel films in order. So yeah, I do really enjoy that. Right, a little bit about myself. So this January, just been, my wife gave birth to my daughter, so Clara Jeffrey. Now, she was born 6 weeks early. She's supposed to be born in the middle of February. But she's happy, she's healthy, and she's now 5 months old. And we're at the stage where she's probably on the verge of rolling over, which I know as soon as she rolls over and she starts to crawl, I know nothing will be safe because she is very, very active, wriggly little girl. I also have 2 cats at home who really haven't changed much since Clara's come along. They're not really that bothered, they keep to themselves. And a bit of a unique thing about me is that I have 1 kidney. Now, most people are born with 2 kidneys, and I, about the same age as my daughter is now, I had one of them removed because it wasn't working properly. So I have 1 kidney. Next year, I'm really looking forward to meeting everyone. I'm looking forward to meeting all you guys as you come in. That goes without saying, really, doesn't it? And I enjoy meeting new people. I enjoy, seeing you start your new journey here. I'm also enjoying a bit more of seeing, trying to see a little bit more family. We know that the last year has been really difficult, hasn't it, for so many people, and it's not as if it's just going to go suddenly straight back to what it was. But what I'm hoping and enjoying to see is a bit more family and showing off my little girl. Right, so in the summer, really looking forward to running the summer school this year. I know we've got a lot of people who've signed up, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you. So before September, I'm sure I'll meet a lot of you, get to know a few of you before we start, and I am really, really looking forward to that. So now we're going to go on to a little bit about the school and how your day's looking. So I wanted to talk a bit about the life at this County High School Lethbridge. At the County High School Lethbridge, we will work closely with staff, parents and students to help them achieve the best they can academically and to provide them with as many opportunities to flourish and develop their skills and knowledge. Now, there are 4 key areas that I'm going to look at the County High School Lethbridge, which we think will enable students to be as successful as possible. The first is the year team, which is made up of myself as a year leader, our 8 tutors, and our educational support worker, Mrs Williams. There'll then be the high quality teaching that's provided by the subject teachers. There's a fantastic learning support department, which is made up of a number of different staff, including Mrs Williams as educational support worker as well. And finally, there's a vast array of enrichment opportunities that will provide for students at lunchtime and break and after school. Now let's have a look at the tutor team. The tutor team is made up of myself as a year leader. We'll have 8 tutors: Mr Webster, Miss Hayward, Mr Burton, Miss Taylor, Mrs Barber, Miss Oliver, Mr Fiddick and Mr Darcy, all attached to different tutor groups. We've then got the educational support worker, which is Mrs Williams, and some of you will work more closely with her and may come across her in your day-to-day journey around school. Now, what will your day look like? Let's just have a look at the overview of the day. So we start with the tutor time in the morning, and we'll talk a bit about what tutor time is going to look like. We'll have 2 lessons in the morning, an hour each. break time to kind of refresh yourself, and then we'll have another hour lesson 3. We'll have lunchtime, and then 2 more hour lessons after lunch, and after that you then either go home, or if you're involved in any enrichment activities, you go on to do those. So what will tutor time actually look like? Well, there'll be a variety of structured activities that students will focus on. There'll be 2 assemblies every week, once with myself as head of year and one with Mrs Nelson as the principal. There will be a drop everything and read time, which will involve students bringing in a book or being provided by the library, a book that they then read once a week. There'll then be literacy activities to help improve students' spelling, punctuation and grammar. And then there'll also be what we call a character development programme, which is a fantastic opportunity to engage students in a variety of different topics and really promote discussion and debate. Now, within tutor time, tutors will also have an important role in monitoring students' attendance, punctuality, behaviour, and forming discussions to support students in helping maintain our high standards at the County High School Lethbridge. This can lead on to further support from our Learning Support Department, Educational Support Worker Mrs Williams, or subject teachers, so that we can help remove the barriers and enable students to access their full potential. Now, there'll be a variety of different enrichment activities. We know that students are spending 5 hours a day in lessons, and we think it's important to offer a broad range of enrichment opportunities. So whether it is from sports, IT-based clubs, music, opportunities in the library, there is a vast array of enrichment opportunities that you'll find out in September. And we will continue to promote and encourage students' engagement in this programme because we believe that they're invaluable to help build students' confidence, well-being and other skills. So every time a student participates in this, they will receive an enrichment point that can potentially contribute towards a reward. Being organised at the County High School Lethbridge is something that we put a lot of value on, and we want to make sure that students are ready to learn. So whether it's having the necessary equipment, whether it is having a couple of pens, black or blue, a green pen, and green pens are quite useful for providing feedback and improving work, ruler, calculator, other things, pencils, rubbers, making sure that as soon as students walk into the room, they are ready to learn. Could be having a reading book. So whether that is a reading book that you bring in from home or whether that is a reading book that you borrow from the library. And then also having the correct uniform. So making sure that every day, the correct uniform is worn, and on the website is all the information there to make sure that students are ready to learn as soon as they walk into the building. Here at the County High School Lethbridge, we know that good communication is really important, and we'll be in touch with a variety of ways. So whether it is either myself or tutors contacting you, or using the in-touch system where information will be emailed home. So whether it is notifications and reminders, newsletters, letters with important information on. And the lesson monitor is something that we've used this year and found particularly successful, which will indicate a student's level of engagement within the lessons. Now, it's also, like I said earlier, important to remember that tutors are going to be the first point of contact. The tutors are going to be the person that student sees daily, someone that they're going to get to know quite well, and will know them as best as any member of staff. So the tutors are the first point of contact. So, September, the start of what I think is quite an exciting journey. But I just thought a few things before we, really get into it. So we've got looking at the summer school, which I really want to continue to promote, which is on the week of the 9th of August. I know a number of you already signed up, and I'm really, really excited to meet everyone and starting that because I'll be leading the summer school this year. And then our return to school, Thursday the 2nd of September for the Year 7s only. So that gives us a good opportunity for the Year 7s really to get to know the school, the routine in the school, where everything is in the school, before all the students return on the Friday. And I also wanted to make you aware, we've got prefects. So prefects are Year 11 students, and there'll be some prefects that are attached to certain forms. And there'll be people that the Year 7s can feel comfortable talking to, asking them questions, helping them out, finding where to go to certain areas. Okay? Because September is going to be a very different building than what you're used to now. But I don't need to worry because it doesn't take too long to get used to. But we've got a number of members of staff and students that will be more than happy to help you when you first arrive here. So I look forward to meeting you all in September and possibly some of you before then in the summer school.
Hello, I'm Mrs Barber and I'll be the tutor for 7 Johnson. I've worked at the County High School Lethbridge for many years in the Design and Technology department. I teach a variety of subjects within the department: materials technology, food and textiles. All practical subjects that I hope you will find new and interesting to take part in. I enjoy a range of activities outside school. One thing that I've managed to keep going over the last year is visiting Chester Zoo, where I've got a membership. I really like the big cats. I like the tigers, although sometimes you don't see much of them because they're very good at hiding. I like the lions, the jaguars and the cheetahs. They're definitely my favourite. Our tutor group is named after a wonderful lady who worked at NASA for many decades called Katherine Johnson. She was an African American woman working in a profession dominated by white American men. It was her extraordinary mathematical ability that got her noticed at NASA, where she fought down many barriers to become one of their most outstanding pioneers. She worked on the space program from their first attempts at orbiting the Earth, the moon landing in 1969 and the space shuttle program in the 1980s. Certainly an amazing woman. I look forward to helping you settle in, answer your many questions and smooth out any concerns that you may have. But most of all, I look forward to meeting you face to face very soon. Thank you.